How you feeling? You got John Riggs here talking about some great two-player games for the NES. You see, for me, I was the 6th of 7 children growing up in a big old house with one TV. That's the way it was back in the 80s. So having a two-player game, especially two-player simultaneous games, were great because that way you weren't waiting for your turn to play, you could both be playing at the same time. And even though I considered myself the biggest gamer of the family, both of my brothers and even a couple of my sisters also played video games. So this video specifically, two-player simultaneous Nintendo games. We're going to cover 5 of them in this video and also have our special guest. And to snack on something while you're gaming, our friends at Kellogg's are coming out with a couple of new jumbo snacks. Got the Cinnabon as well as the S'mores. Highly anticipated for these. Perfect little packs of goodness. Oh, they're so good. And then coming out in May, you'll be able to find these Cosmic Brownies cereal. These things are going to be excellent. This is the second cereal with the Little Debbie brand following up from their oatmeal cream pie cereal. I loved this. I'm looking forward to trying these. This video, believe it or not, it's not even sponsored by Kellogg's. I'm not such a huge fan that I wanted to show these off. If I'm a fan, maybe you're a fan. So just letting you know, I thought you'd be interested. First game I want to talk about is Cowboy Kid. Super fun game. I've talked about this game on my channel before a couple of times. If you're not familiar, it plays a lot like the Goemon series, like the Mythical Ninja series. You go around attacking enemies, you can go inside these shops and buy stuff or play their games. You go through and team it up on enemies and you find money, you know, stuff like that. I think it's a super fun game. Not a lot of people know about this. It was a later release, goes for more money than probably it should, but Cowboy Kid, super fun two-player game. Definitely if you're looking for more two-player experiences on the NES and you haven't checked this one out yet, should be at the top of your list. Check it out. Got the classic in Balloon Fight. Love this game. I've never stopped loving this game. And with a second player, definitely makes it a lot more fun. Does it make it more easy though? Well, I'm not sure. Balloon Fight, simple enough. Pop the balloons and then kick the enemies off the stage or have them fall into the ocean or fall into the water. Unfortunately, your other players can pop each other's balloons too. Now that might make it more of a challenge. Maybe you can actually play the game intending to knock the other guy off as well as the enemies. I don't know about all that. I think it's fun just the way it is. What else is nice on a two-player simultaneous on this game anyway is the bonus stage makes it a lot easier if you have another player also popping the balloons for points than if you're just trying to do it all yourself, all in one go. I've always been a big fan of Balloon Fight, and the fact that this game is two-player simultaneous, it's one of the first Nintendo games that came out. It's still fun today. Love this game. Kind of an obvious choice with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. But still, you cannot deny how awesome this game is. I mean, you can, but no one would listen. The computer's AI is set up so the Foot Clan soldiers get around you. So like you have one attacking from in front, one attacking from behind. But if you have 2 players simultaneous, you can do that to them. That makes it awesome. Now, unlike the first Ninja Turtles game, this one doesn't really matter who you choose. It's going to be the same kind of power, the same kind of reach advantage. I know, like, you know, Raphael's size, well, he just extends his arm further, while someone like Donatello, you know, attacks with his bow staff, you know, from, it's going to be about the same distance anyway. And again, the strategy of just ganging up on someone from front and behind, so if, you know, if the enemy, the villain, they're attacking you from in front, then have someone else go behind them, so he kind of, like, you know, keeps changing directions, keep changing focus. I will never stop loving TMNT 2, the arcade game, and had to include it on this list for best two-player simultaneous games on the NES. Well, we gotta talk about Bobble, right? You talk about two-player simultaneous games. This game, already one of the best games on the NES, I think. And when you have 2 players, both attacking enemies, you know, back and forth, the thing with this game, outside of the death whale, whatever that thing's called, the enemies just kind of, you know, do their own thing whether you're standing there or not. They don't really charge at you or attack you. They just kind of, you know, bounce back and forth and jump and whatever, fly around. You know, there's no big deal, whatever. What's kind of nice is you can both team up on the enemies on this one, and then whoever pops the bubbles first or gets the points and all that, well, you're going to come out ahead. You're going to succeed on that one. So a little bit of an internal challenge between player 1 and player 2. Not only that, but each stage only has 1 power-up item, and you gotta share it. So whether it be one player gets one, and then player 2 gets the second stage, or whoever gets it first gets it, it turns into one of those kind of games too. So a lot of fun with Bubble. Not only is it super fun to play on 2-player, it's also mandatory to get the good ending. It's something like level 99. There's an item that opens the door, but when you get the item to when you have to go through the door, you don't have enough time to get there in time before the door closes again. So one player has to get the item, one player has to go through the door. It opens up the extra stages, the extra levels, and it will also unlock the better ending to see all the way through Bubble. Love this game. And it's still fun today. I know the arcade version existed first, but I played so much of the Nintendo version that to me the Nintendo version is the definitive version of Bubble. Well, I've got one left. Is it the same as yours? It probably is. I bet we're both thinking the same way, but you never know. So we'll see what my pick is coming up right quick. But first, we're talking about two-player simultaneous Nintendo games. It only makes sense that it would invite on a two-player YouTube channel. So here are the guys with their pick from Gaming Off the Grid.
When it comes to two-player NES games, our minds immediately go to co-op, and those watching are probably like, oh, it's got to be a Contra game. Now, we love the Contra games.
Contra's phenomenal.
But for us, the cream of the crop that always rises to the top is Jackal on the NES.
By Konami, dude. We recently discovered this game, or should I say I recently discovered this game about a year ago, and oh my gosh, it's a top-down run-and-gun Jeep shooter, dude. It's
a run-and-gun style, but it's more of a
drive-and
gun.
Yeah,
there you go.
Dude, it's so much fun. I love the music. The music is so intense, it makes you feel like you're like in the army.
What else could you want? It's co-op,
Yeah.
right? It's got hidden power-ups.
Yes.
6 levels that are just brutal. That top-down view that Konami did so well. Capcom did it pretty well back in the day as well. But it was fun that you discovered it, because if you guys don't know, Robert was born in 1994, so he kind of missed a lot of those hidden gem-ish type NES games. And for me, I rented this game a lot, but my brother was too young to play co-op with.
So you just played by yourself?
Always played just by myself. Always loved the game. But holy hell.
Dude.
Getting 2 guys or gals together to play co-op in Jackal, it doesn't get much better than that.
It's so awesome because you can just go into it willy-nilly, but there is strategy to it. I love how like short it is, but hard it is. It's like the traditional NES hard Konami games. And I love that there's different power-ups. So like you can find power-ups and upgrade your Jeep, but then when you die, you go back down to 0, dude. It's awesome. I love how there's like prisoners of war that you can pick up in your Jeep.
Rescue. You gotta rescue them.
The POWs, the prisoners of war, and then take them to the helicopter. This game is so much fun, and towards the end, guys, it gets so hard.
And this game is dirt cheap. So if you're looking to pick it up, I believe it's under $10. Should be right in that $9 range, which is just that sweet spot for NES games. Not going to break the bank if you go out and pick up Jackal, and you will not regret it. And if you care to ever tune into our channel, one of our 2021 goals is to no death run Jackal on the NES.
It's going to happen.
Surprising probably literally no one is River City Ransom. Take a beat 'em up game like a Double Dragon, make it a little bit more open world, so you can like go through streets, you can go through and buy some stuff at shops, you can go down back alleys, have a kind of an RPG level up system so you can get stronger along the way as well. And you have what could be one of the greatest Nintendo games of all time. River City Ransom is so fun, so creative. I loved the graphics in this game. The music in this game, super underrated soundtrack as well. And not only could you punch and kick and also buy upgrades, you can kick better, punch better, things like that. You can also use so many things around the stages for weapons, like balls and rocks and sticks. Hey, when in doubt, you can pick up one of the enemies, you can smash a fool with another fool. I'm telling you, this game is one of the greatest, and 2-player, as always, makes it even better. If you're looking for a great 2-player game, one of the best, in my opinion, the best 2-player simultaneous game on the NES, we gotta give it up to River City Ransom. Well, I hope your game made the list, and if not, let me know what it is in the comments below. I've covered a ton of other topics on this channel for top 5 NES games, like the most helpful enemies of all things, or maybe games that take place at the beach of all things. So many other videos you can check out along the way. I've done this for a while. Thank you for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. I do a couple videos a week, and we'll see you again super soon, I promise.